Hi, welcome to Physics 111. I'm Michael.
And I'm Nick.
And we'll be your instructors for this course. Give you a little background. We're going to start off just give you a little background about us. I've been here about 20 years now. I'm sort of the old guy of the pair. I'm a nuclear and particle physicist.
I'm a materials physicist, and so basically what that means is that I use X-rays to try to understand the structure of certain important materials. Things like ionic liquids, things that show up in the lithium-ion batteries in your phones, say. I've done work at some of the national laboratories, including Argonne and Oak Ridge National Laboratory, but I spend a lot of my time trying to understand how stuff works.
And on my side, as a nuclear and particle physicist, I'm sort of a traveling physicist because, well, to be honest, they won't let us have an accelerator in the basement. So I work at both the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center and the Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility. And my research revolves around looking at the fundamental forces that literally hold the universe together at the atomic and subatomic levels. So research in my world usually means traveling, it means really big toys, and it means looking at the universe in its most fundamental way. So, okay, personally I've been here for 20 years. I'm originally from Neenah, just down the road. I did my undergrad in Platteville. And after a stint in the Navy, I did my graduate work at Kent State in Ohio with some time at Stanford for the actual research.
Yeah, I got my start at Washington University in St. Louis. I spent a little bit of time there. I then did a postdoc at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, actually trying to figure out how to use neutrons to do these interesting investigations. After that, I did a little teaching stint right down the road at Lawrence before spending about 3 years in a small liberal arts college in Chicago. I feel like this is the perfect place to do physics. Part of my favorite thing about teaching at a small liberal arts college is that I'm learning new physics all the time. Right? I got my hands in it all the time. I have a research lab that's in the basement, and I get to involve students in these experiments that I do all the time. And that's just fun. It's challenging all the time, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, one of my favorite things to do is literally working on problems with students. You know, many times students come to my office and they think they're like bothering me. What you're really doing is rescuing me from grading. And then I get to stand at a board and work with you on a problem. That's the most fun thing I do. Another thing I like to do, particularly here at St. Norbert when I'm not traveling to the labs, is to design and build new laboratory exercises or find a better way to do things. So, you know, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about being here, is being able to develop and innovate and change and advance what we're doing in physics, whether it's fundamental research or just building a better lab, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of my favorite things about this class, Physics 111, is that, you know, we love the material, but trying to figure out how to teach it is one of our very favorite things. We find a lot of time to work with you, right? So if you come upstairs, my office is 2108, and my office hours and my schedule are posted on my door. I think you'll find the same thing for Dr. Olsen. The most important thing is come talk to us.
Right. I'm right across from the Natural Sciences office. I'm in 2124. In fact, the opposite corner from Nick. And also keep in mind that if you have a question and you come up and we're not there, you can come up other times other than office hours. So we love chatting with you. In fact, I've got a Keurig. Bring your coffee mug. I have plenty of K-cups to go around. But if you can't find us, maybe come down and look down here in the labs, down here in the lower level where our laboratories are. Or if you've got a really pressing question and you can't find Nick, come find me. Or if you've got a pressing question, you're looking for me and you can't find me, go find Nick. Well, we'll be happy to help you. You don't have to be in my section to ask me a question. We can go back and forth, not a problem.
Absolutely. We are really looking forward to working with all of you guys this coming semester. Come find us.
Absolutely.
Alright, so in this class what you're going to find is that periodically we're going to prepare some of these videos. So how do you use them? Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to look at the material that we're going to talk about, and we're going to pick a few ideas, some key themes that we want to discuss. We might even highlight some important examples that we find are important for you to do, not necessarily for us to show you how to do.
Exactly. You have to keep in mind that you're going to have the textbook, the videos, the slides, And those really kind of represent, if I can use a sports analogy, sort of the play-by-play. What Nick and I are going to be is the color commentary. We're going to highlight those things that are really important. So we're not going to go through everything you need to know, you need to learn step by step in great gory detail. But we're going to hit the highlights, show you the important points, the possible tripping points, and how you might go about preparing for class. So your class then is not going to be a traditional lecture. It's going to be a series of discussions, examples, maybe an occasional lecture, or maybe just some highlighting of trouble spots or things that are really, really important that you need to know. So the idea is that you use these videos with the pre-class slides as they're available, so you're ready to go when you get to class.
Yeah, one of the successes for you in this class is a nice, even effort. You're going to see that there are lots of course elements that we're going to put together, pre-class, reading, slides, these discussions that we're going to prepare for you. But what you're going to find is that you're going to get the most out of this class. You're going to get the most, you're going to meet with the most success if you have a nice, even effort. Problems are assigned daily. For instance, reading quizzes assigned daily. Do them roughly as we go along in the course. You know, we work really hard. One of the things that we find is a lot of fun is to try to use physics education research to inform our approach in this class.
In fact, researchers, by looking at the performance of literally thousands of students in many different learning environments, have concluded very clearly that if we go ahead and prepare 60 minutes of notes, or on whether it's live or on PowerPoint or however we do it, and then we just stand in front of you and just parrot those back, that we're really not going to be effective, and it's not going to get through. And besides, it's going to be boring. And we're not going to be able to reach those learning objectives for you that where you're really going to be able to immerse yourself and understand the physics. And in fact, along with that research, it's been my experience for nearly 20 years now that traditional lecture approach simply isn't effective in helping you to learn this material.
Yeah, I think one of the things we really mean by that is passive lecture.
Right?
And when we look through the physics education research, one of the things that comes out is that if we spend a lot of time preparing a perfect lecture, right, perfectly scripted,
Hours and hours.
Hours and hours. It's really the most effective way to get the stuff in our notes into your notes without it going through the brains of anybody, right? And that's not really what we're after. So what you're going to see is that our classes are they're active. That's what we would call them, right? Your gains in this class are really going to be dependent on the work that we do together, but your preparation plays a very important role.
Exactly, and you're going to learn physics by doing physics. I mean, you don't learn to shoot the perfect jump shot by reading a book about shooting the perfect jump shot or watching videos about shooting the perfect jump shot. And you shoot the perfect jump shot by shooting a lot of jump shots. Same idea here. You're going to learn how to do physics learn physics by doing physics. All right? So that traditional passive approach, don't expect that. It's not going to happen. All right? Now, so this is going to be a very, very different environment, as you'll see. Now, the nuts and bolts of all of this, the course details, along with some of the things that are going to be unique about this course, we'll be discussing those in your first class sections. But make sure, above all things, that you at least take a look at the syllabus, the course syllabus before class. So that's going to tell you an awful lot about how Nick and I are going to approach this course and what we're going to be expecting from you. So we're going to be looking forward to getting going. So, without further ado, welcome to Physics 111.